All right, in today's video, we are going to learn some of the other tools in Inventor. So far, we've only been using the rectangle tool and the extrude tool, and we're going to continue with those two tools, but we're going to start looking at tools in the modify panel right here. And these modify tools can change our shape, our part into different shapes. So we can take this very rectangular shape like we have right here, and we can turn it into this curvy shape, or we could add diagonals to a blocky shape like and make this part and do some other things as well. So that's what we're going to look at, and that's our goal for today. So we'll start with this part here. I've already created what was shown here. So we have a 6-inch height and overall width and a 5-inch depth. So you can create that part on your own, or should be able to, and that gets us to right here. And so to make it curvy, we're going to use the fillet tool. So that's here in the modify panel. Just a reminder that if you hover over a command, it will open up a help menu, and you can press F1 to go online for more help. This is a great way to learn how to use tools that you don't know how to use, or just play with them. In this case, I'm going to show you how to use the fillet tool. So if I open up the fillet tool, this window comes open. There are 3 different types of fillets. There's also some options up here that we're not going to discuss today. This first one is called an edge fillet, and to use that, I simply would click on an edge, so like that edge right there. Now our instructions say to make that a 1-inch radius, so I will type in 1 inch right here, and I can hit apply, and that is now applied a 1-inch radius to that corner and rounded it off. That's what a fillet does. The other way to do a fillet is to do what's called a face fillet. In this case, we'll have to click on 2 faces. If you look in the option window, you'll see that there are 2 red arrows, and next to each red arrow it says face set 1, and then next to the second one it says face set 2. So that arrow being red says you have not selected what you need to select, and the face set tells you, well, this is what you need to select, a face. So anytime you look at these menus, you can see if you have red arrows, that means you still have to click on something, and next to that it should tell you, it'll give you some hint as to what you need to click on. In this case, I need to click on a face. So there, I've clicked on a face. Now that arrow has turned white. I can do the same thing with this one, and it will now create a curve between those 2 faces. And again, I go back and I look at what our goal was, and it said was a 3-inch radius. So we'll make that a 3-inch radius. And there we have it. So I'll hit apply. Now, both of those 2 methods are pretty well equivalent. It doesn't matter which one you use. They both typically work in the same situations. The last one, though, this full round, is great when you don't know what radius you need. Let's say I want to completely curve this top. I just want one continuous smooth curve. I don't need to know what the radius is if I use this. I just need to know what order to click on things. And so you can see we have 3 red arrows, 3 faces, a side, a center, and a side. So I'm going to click on a side, and then the center is the one that will be in between my other 2 faces. So right there. And then I'll click over here, and that's going to fully round off that part there. And so there we go. There's that curvy part that we saw. So that's how we use the fillet tool.